The morning at the railway terminal initially appeared to be nothing more than another hectic day. Commuters hurried past, loudspeakers blared announcements, and the sound of children's laughter filled the air. Within the throng of people, Rex, a police canine, abruptly became still, his ears perking up as his gaze fixed on a young girl holding her mother's hand. She appeared unremarkable to the casual observer. However, Rex sensed that something wasn't right. Her shaking hand repeatedly tapped her mother's back 5 times in succession. The quiet, rhythmic signal went unnoticed by everyone but him. Officer Mark straightened his uniform hat while walking alongside Rex, his canine companion for more than 5 years. Their partnership had been built through numerous patrols and high-pressure situations. This was meant to be just another ordinary duty shift, yet Mark understood that threats seldom gave advance warning. Close to the security screening area, Mark spotted a woman wearing a vivid blue jacket, accompanied by 3 children holding her hands. Her demeanor appeared serene, perhaps excessively so. The youngest child, a girl with pale brown hair, lagged somewhat behind the others. The girl's manner of moving caught Mark's eye. Her eyes appeared enlarged and glassy, seemingly scanning her surroundings. She displayed nervous behavior, constantly looking backward as she walked. Rex's ears shifted position. The canine reduced his pace, his bearing transforming from casual to vigilant. "What's the matter, boy?" Mark murmured quietly. Rex directed his attention straight toward the woman and her accompanying children. The young girl had dropped back slightly, her tiny hands momentarily releasing from her mother's hold before being yanked back. Her actions appeared uncertain and irregular. The dog leash became stretched tight. Rex had ceased moving forward, his frame growing rigid with his ears standing upright. His golden brown eyes remained fixed on the woman and children. This wasn't the typical indication of a threat. This felt distinct, more acute, primal. Rex emitted a quiet growl that served as a subtle alert. The young girl rotated her head for just an instant. Their gazes connected, creating a momentary, almost desperate look. She then rapidly averted her eyes. The woman strengthened her hold on the child's hand. Rex's tail became stiff, and he advanced 1 pace. Mark tracked his line of sight, observing the family moving toward the ticket barriers. The woman's smile appeared forced, her body language strangely tense. The girl lost her footing briefly, yet the woman offered no consolation. She simply pulled more forcefully. Rex vocalized sharply once, his bark authoritative and demanding. "Rex, be quiet," Mark instructed, though his companion ignored the command. The German shepherd maintained his position, body coiled with tension, stare unfaltering. All other stimuli disappeared from awareness. Rex had concentrated his attention on a single target, the young girl. The woman directed her children toward the passenger waiting zone, moving quickly with a firm grasp. The tiniest girl fell behind, her small fingers lightly touching her mother's back. 5 rapid taps, followed by a pause, then 5 more repeated. Rex detected it immediately. The German shepherd grew tense, his tail lifting as he produced a deliberate, rumbling growl. Mark observed it as well. Discreet, covert, yet purposeful. He had witnessed coded signals previously, silent communication used by victims attempting to request assistance without words. The woman recoiled, whirling around. "Is something wrong, officer?" she inquired, her voice controlled yet trembling. "Simply conducting a routine patrol," Mark responded. Rex moved another step closer, his physique rigid. The girl raised her eyes, her gaze meeting Rex's for 1 brief instant. And during that moment, an unspoken understanding transferred between them. Rex's leash grew taut once more. His growl resonated deep and menacing. His feet were firmly planted on the ground, eyes trained on the woman. His ears pressed flat, his nose flaring. Every instruction dissolved into quiet. This wasn't defiance. This was primal intuition assuming command. "Ma'am," Mark stated calmly, "I need you to remain exactly where you are." The woman became rigid. "I'm confused. What's causing your dog to behave this way?" Rex held his position, his chest expanding and contracting with labored breathing. The girl attempted to utter something, but the woman cut her off sharply. "Be silent." The command was harsh, nearly reflexive. That solitary instant caused Mark's pulse to accelerate. "I must request that you open your bag for inspection," Mark declared. "Excuse me? For what reason? You lack justification. This is routine protocol. My companion is responding to something." The woman paused, gripping the bag more tightly. Then she attempted to flee. In one desperate movement, she pivoted, dragging the young girl behind her while attempting to force her way through the masses of people. "Rex!" Mark called out loudly. The German shepherd sprang ahead, blocking her escape route. His bark reverberated throughout the station, freezing the woman in place. "Stay where you are." Mark's command rang out. Rex positioned himself mere inches away, producing a threatening growl. "Ma'am, release her hand," Mark stated with authority. The young girl turned her head partially, catching his gaze. That momentary connection struck him deeply. Her eyes conveyed more than fear, they were imploring. Mark lowered himself slightly. "Hey, are you all right, sweetheart?" The girl's mouth opened, but she remained mute. Rex produced a quiet whimper, expressing compassion rather than alarm. "Ma'am, would you please provide your bag for examination?" The woman's mouth formed a narrow line. "Absolutely not. You lack authority." Rex unleashed a sudden powerful bark. "I'm begging you," the woman stated, her voice breaking. "We're running behind schedule." "In that case, you shouldn't object to a brief inspection," Mark insisted firmly. The young girl's respiration became faster. Rex barked once more with greater volume, insisting on notice. "Security personnel, I require backup," Mark radioed. The woman's pretense started to fall apart. "Ma'am, set it down," Mark instructed softly. She gradually placed the bag on the examination counter. The contents initially appeared mundane, but concealed between layers was an inexpensive burner phone with tape securing its back panel. Then documents, several passports and numerous identification cards, each bearing different names, yet displaying one face, the woman's. "Care to provide an explanation for this?" Mark questioned. Rex growled once again. A small envelope without markings fell loose. Contained photographs, blurry images of children captured from afar, resembling covert surveillance pictures. "She told us we were going on a trip," the girl uttered quietly. Mark knelt down. "Hey, you're protected now, okay? Can you tell me your name?" "I'm called Lily," she said in a whisper. "Can you explain who this woman is to you?" Lily gulped with difficulty. "She claimed she was bringing us to see our father." She gestured weakly at the photographs. "Those are them, the other children. She promised we'd all reunite, but they never returned." The woman was apprehended by law enforcement personnel. A lead detective arrived. "Her identity is Dana Voss. She's currently being monitored in 3 different states for child trafficking operations." The girl was documented as missing 3 weeks prior. That evening, the squad raided a storage facility. Rex rushed ahead, nose near the ground, advancing like a phantom. He halted abruptly at a secured steel door. From behind it came faint sounds. Officers forced it open. Within, 5 children crouched together. "Are you law enforcement?" one asked in a whisper. "You're protected now," Mark assured them. Rex moved forward cautiously, and one child stroked his coat with quivering fingers. "He discovered us." An automobile motor revved loudly. "They're escaping." Mark freed Rex from his leash. "Go, Rex." The German shepherd launched into action. The vehicle swerved erratically, but Rex proved faster. With a final surge, Rex leaped, his teeth gripping the driver's shirt sleeve. The vehicle slid sideways, colliding with a barrier. Mark subdued the perpetrator as reinforcements arrived. By daybreak, the recovered children sat covered in warm blankets. Lily's biological parents rushed toward her. "Mom, Dad," she sobbed, racing to embrace them. The family reunion was immediate, with tears flowing freely. Lily separated herself and ran toward Rex, wrapping her arms around his neck. "Thank you. You're my champion." Mark grinned at his companion. "You don't simply save lives, buddy. You transform them." Rex moved nearer, placing his head against Mark's leg. "Sometimes champions travel on 4 legs and hear the silent pleas that others cannot."